So I wanted to show my customer on eBay, and this is a new service that we can probably offer on eBay. New capacitors on NeXT motherboards, and I won't name his name directly on this one, but I'm sure he'll be very happy. There were some issues with occasional intermittence, and I think we've got them cleared up here. And I just wanted to show everything booting. This little SD has a custom login panel and stuff, so it takes a little bit longer for it to boot. Um, but overall, and I don't think he's got the RAM. Let's see, he only has 20 megs of RAM on this. So I always recommend going to 64. In this day and age, it used to be, I think, back when the NeXT motherboards first came out, that I think 4 megs of RAM, just four, was $300 per 4 meg stick. So a 16 meg upgrade was around 1,200. And so, you're looking at 4,800 for 64 meg. So what I do is it's roughly $3 a meg, for new RAM that we had manufactured. And it's pretty interesting the way they do it. They'll find like a 16 meg or a 32 meg 30 pin SIM, or even a 72 pin SIM, and in good condition, and then take those chips, and there is a template, of a 30 pin SIM. And that's kind of what we've had to resort to have new RAM manufactured. I did buy a bunch of RAM that was freshly manufactured, including the chips, a while back. So I still have pretty good inventory of that. Just found a couple boxes. And then for the used RAM, I'm usually doing, $1 or $2 a megabit. On stations, the max is 32 meg. And that would be, 8 4 meg 30 pin SIMs, or you can do 1 meg SIMs. I think the factory stock versions were, 8 megabits of RAM, which was quite significant back then. And so that was 8 1 meg SIMs. Now, on the later model, like the color stations and the color turbos, use 72 pin SIMs. And you can go in sets of 2 with those, on up to 128 meg on a turbo system, which is 4 32 pin SIMs. And on the non-turbo color system, I know I'm winging through a bunch of stuff here, but I figured I'd talk while it's booting. On the non-turbo color systems, you have 8 72 pin slots, but the BIOS will only handle up to 4 meg SIMs, giving you a maximum of 32 meg, which was quite significant for back in the day. So the next video chipset was fairly advanced as well, doing 24-bit color that emulated 32, because 32 wasn't quite available in 1990. And then you have the Dimension board here, which has 8 SIM slots, and you can go up to 64 meg on some of them, not all of them, I found. And that is because it was never officially sanctioned by NeXT, but we figured we could do that, which gives you 64 megs of VRAM. And there was nothing else in terms of video cards that even came close to it until the mid to late 90s. So that's how far ahead NeXT was on that tech. Plus, you could run, the idea was to be able to run 30 frames per second, but they didn't quite get the chip compression module done correctly. So sometimes if I move it at an angle, that flicker is not actually there. I was just trying to see if I could find an area where it takes the flicker look out of the screen. Not going to happen for me today. Well, there it is. So I made this little custom login and screensaver. This was for a display honoring Kurt in Wichita, Kansas, and he was one of the developers for Lotus. But I just kind of used it because it's a little 2 gig partition to boot up this system and show the customer that, hey, we've got your board ready to go. I have time. I'm going to box it up and ship today. And I'm going to try and get some computers out the door. I've been tinkering with the 68-pin wide Barracuda drive. I've got it formatted. Now I want to try and spin it up on the system and see if I can do a build disk for you. That'll be the last piece to the puzzle on the TurboCube Dimension. And so regarding my hip surgery, I found out that, yes, the doctor hug is working with Kaiser at the new facility, and I need to switch my insurance over from the gold plan at Kaiser to some other plan. It's a matter of technicality and context and wording, from what I can tell, in my current policy that is accepted at St. Joseph's and not St. Anthony's. And man, I wish I would have known that a month ago, because my date would have been set. I would have had hip surgery done yesterday. It's just crazy, this runaround I'm getting. They were going to try and send me to another doctor that takes the insurance I have through Kaiser currently. Apologies about that. Not feeling good. All this running around is stressing me out. I've got a cold. So, at any rate, making progress on a lot of fronts. I am going to demonstrate as well our new little Quokka NeXT, which is pretty neat. So we're going to demonstrate some USB to NeXT proper technology here in a little bit. And it is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's. I thought I was going to be able to get more done, but I got entangled with a weave and trying to straighten out the Kaiser situation so I could actually get hip surgery. And that tangent was thrown in the equation from my mom calling up and chewing out people left and right. I don't like that. That's not my style. So I finally got her to mellow out on that. And then it got me into a 2 or 3 hour deal playing phone tag and getting to the right people. But now I have my answer, okay? The hip surgeon is staying at Kaiser at the new facility, and it is the wording on my insurance. This is great, considering I went through this is a 5th orthopedic doc and the 5th delay, and of course he's booked out for months again. Isn't that amazing? I mean, come on, guys. They could have offered just a little bit of assistance there. And, it's not that hard for me to switch insurance over. I don't care if I pay 10 times the premium. I need to get the hip surgery done. Sorry, apologies. It's frustrating. At any rate, motherboard's great. I'm great. Great news. And we are rocking and rolling on all these systems. This actually formatted. Okay, I'm going to bring some more drives up and see if I can get it to replicate that as well and work through the weekend, because I love doing that, and appreciate everybody's business and patience. I did get the Turbo Color motherboard back, Daniel, as well. Hopefully the new caps solved that issue. We'll find out here shortly. Stay tuned. More fun stuff to come from the black hole on Valentine's Day. Hey. Oh, and the gal that I visited yesterday, her messages, from what I can tell, were being intercepted. Something changed December 21st. That's why she hasn't been receiving them. I don't want to get in the middle of the domestic thing, okay? I think that's what's happening, because now I can't even contact her on Facebook. So I guess I found out my answer, and I thought, well, I'll bring her this nice chocolate bar and some 3D prints just to find out. I kind of suspected that's maybe what's going on. And when she was happy to see me and said, why didn't I contact her? Because she would have liked to have more time yesterday. And I said, I didn't want to tell her, oh, because now I figured out your messages are indeed getting intercepted. Go figure. I don't want to get in the middle of somebody's divorce. I don't. So, plenty of fish in the sea. I am kicking rocks. It's not my place. I just hope that, I mean, her girlfriends, she can confide in them because there's other issues going on that I saw in 60 seconds I did not like. But I can't, what am I supposed to do? You know, it's not my place. It isn't, but I don't need to get in the middle of that. You know, I don't. Uh, I hope the guy sees this video. Hey, man, go ahead, eat 3/4 of that candy bar. You guys enjoy it. I hope you mend your relationship, but be nice to her, man. She doesn't deserve the shit that's going on right now, in my opinion. So peace out, brother. Talk to you guys later.